I don't know about you, but in 2018, I saw stuff I never thought I would see. The end of the Jerry Springer Show. I thought that crap would live forever. The revival of Roseanne. Pretty awesome. The cancellation of Roseanne. And, of course, this.
Donald Trump has turned the Oval Office into a
countries.
Country. These countries are all countries in Africa are
It said
countries. I'm a proud.
Ooh, everyone wants to say bad words on TV. Right, Dana Perino?
Here he is chasing people around with a reptile, even going into the water with it.
Did you ever think you'd hear Dana swear? Me neither. But she's a filthy, filthy little woman. Also, I never thought to see Miss America ditch the swimsuit competition. What's going on? Never thought I'd see Elizabeth Warren's DNA test with barely any Native American DNA. I actually have more Native American blood than her, and my last name is Gutfeld. Yes. How'd that happen? Then there were things you didn't want to see but had to.
He answered that question. So now the gentleman from Maryland.
He answered that question. So now the gentleman from Maryland.
That reminds me of the time I sat on a vibrating nail. But if you had said to me, like 10 years ago, one day the United States president is going to hold a summit with North Korea, I would have laughed so hard, wine would have come out my ass. And then you'd go, oh, by the way, that president's going to be Donald Trump. But it happened. They met. They had a nice chat. The media both harumphed and poo-pooed it. But why? No one launched a nuke, right? That's kind of a net gain in my book. And since the meeting, Kim's written some letters to Trump, and Trump says he's in love. It's okay with me. In fact, I think we overlook who gets the credit for bringing them together. Yes, Dennis Rodman. You know, we tried to get him a Peace Prize with this very campaign.
In 2017, the international campaign to abolish nuclear weapons won the Nobel Peace Prize. But this year, that honor should belong to one man and one man only, Dennis Rodman. One look at his impressive resume and you'll understand why. Rodman first showed a knack for international diplomacy in 1997, teaming up with the muscles from Brussels, Jean-Claude Van Damme, for the groundbreaking film Double Team. A year later, he married Carmen Electra, who quickly divorced him because he was too devoted to bringing about world peace. Soon after, he finished his pro career with 11,954 rebounds. For comparison, the 2007 Nobel Prize winner Al Gore had 0 career rebounds. Was he always a dreamer? Was he always a fighter? When people wanted to wear brightly dyed hair in public, Rodman was there. When Celebrity Apprentice needed a boost, Rodman was there. And he didn't quit. When the world needed to solve the problem of North Korea, Rodman was there to save our planet from nuclear annihilation. Dennis Rodman, the clear choice for the 2018 Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, there's always next year, Dennis. So after Trump met with the enemy, he went to Brussels and met with our allies and gave them some tough love. Remember this?
Many countries are not paying what they should. Frankly, many countries owe us a tremendous amount of money for many years back. It's an unfair burden on the United States.
He wasn't wrong. He had the guts to stand up or sit and speak the truth. Hello? Friends, you're not paying your fair share. Ever think you'd see that? We've all been there. You're at dinner with friends having burgers, and the one who gets the surf and turf says, hey, let's split the check 4 ways. So you do, because no one wants to feel rude by saying, no, that's not fair. Not Trump. See, to Trump, it's not rude if it's right. And with NATO, he was right.
In a world where many countries aren't paying what they should.
Many countries are not paying what they should.
Where many countries owe us a tremendous amount of money for many years back.
Many countries owe us a tremendous amount of money for many years back.
One man had a plan to blow the world away.
He is going to fly into Brussels like a seagull. He is going to defecate all over everything, squawk, and fly away.
When the world tried to pass the buck on the good old US of A, a man with a plan brought a storm of logic.
I think that these countries have to step it up, not over a 10-year period, they have to step it up immediately.
Nude man on a unicorn snowboarding through a ring of fire while flexing presents Donald Trump, Angela Merkel, and Ian Ziering as Steve. Trump NATO, defecating on everything in Brussels like a seagull.
Yes! All right. That's not all. Here's President Trump in the Oval Office with Kanye. Here's Trump with the Queen of England. Never thought I'd see that. Ever think you'd see the Dow hit 25,000? It happened. Well, for a little bit anyway. I don't know where it is now, and I'm not looking. Elon Musk sent his car into space. Sean Penn wrote a lousy novel, which wasn't thrilling. But listening to Lou Dobbs read it was.
Page 94. Silly questions of Cherry's save serve to sever any last impression Bob might have had of Spurley as a serious citizen. Page 125. There is pride to be had where the prejudicial is practiced with precision in the trenchant triage of tactile terminations.
Alliteration is so sexy when it comes from Lou. They changed up my box of animal crackers. John Boehner became an advocate for pot. And we heard a whale that can speak English, supposedly. Here's the trainer telling the whale to say 1, 2. You decide.
1, 2.
You know what that reminds me of?
Animals are great. Animals are great. Animals are great.
You know, some amazing stuff happened in 2018. I'm a little sorry to see the year end. But then again, 2019 could be even more awesome, but not as awesome as this.
He answered that question. So now the gentleman from Maryland.
He answered that question. So now the gentleman from Maryland.
I think I'm gonna miss him. Let's welcome tonight's guest. She's so sharp she's not allowed near a waterbed. National Security Analyst Morgan Ortagus. After Bon Jovi, he's the funniest thing to come from New Jersey. Actor and comedian Jim Florentine. Spreading cheer fills her with fear. National Review reporter Katherine Timpf. And Old Faithful is his water pick. Former WWE superstar, my massive sidekick, Kick, and host of PC on Fox Nation, Tyrus. All right. So, Morgan, what was your favorite story of the year and why?
I don't know favorite, but I think what goes down in infamy for me is Secretary Tillerson, who is the Secretary of State, getting fired on the
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's like, you gotta go when you're taking a dump. That's bad. Bad. It's bad.
I didn't see that coming from you, Morgan.
I bring the best stuff for you.
You're so nice on the 5, and then you start swearing and bringing up horrible biological habits. They're clapping perversion.
I have a confession.
What?
I find poop humor to be really funny.
Me too.
Really funny.
Me too. I've tried to explain that to Fox News for years.
My husband gets mad at me. I think it's very funny.
Yeah, I know. It's what
it is.
It's the weirdest thing humans do, right? Doo-doo. All right, I should shut up now because I'm starting to make people sick. Jim, what did you find humorous or interesting or exciting about this year?
I love the Bush funeral when Trump, of course, had to show up just to meet the Obamas and just that handshake with Michelle and then Barack, and you know they wanted nothing to do with him. The Clintons wouldn't even look over.
Right. Yeah.
Bill kind of looked, and he goes, no, I better not, because Hillary probably kicked him. So don't even look over there.
Yeah. I also liked... You know what I liked about that too? A lot of people didn't notice it. Dick Cheney in the back. So you're watching Trump, and then you watch it going, and you can just see Dick Cheney going like this. What's gonna? He's just got that smile, like this is gonna be great. Or maybe he was just napping. It's hard to tell with him sometimes. He's always comfortable. I'm going to shut up now. Cats, what a year. Any thoughts about what you thought was extra special or unusual?
It was all unusual.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember watching that Trump-Kanye meeting with just, I've never seen anything like that in my entire life. And then knowing that that was after he had already had a meeting with a Kardashian.
Yes.
It's just like, but it worked. Like, we actually got somebody freed from prison that I didn't think should be there. So that was probably like one of my favorite moments.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I might not love the Kardashians.
Yes.
But big year for me.
What happened?
I turned 30.
Oh, wow, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, and my dad, when he called me, he didn't wish me happy birthday. He was just like, congratulations. I can't believe you did it.
Yeah. So it's 30. I hear 30 is like the new 35.
If you're a woman, yes.
Yes. Better settle down soon, Kat.
I don't see that happening, Greg.
All right, well, that's a downer.
Unless you mean with a lizard farm.
You and your lizards.
Yeah.
All right. Tyrus, what did you see special about this year?
You know what? I enjoyed a lot of the anchors' reactions and stuff. The world ended like 400 times. We kicked out every time. Like,
yeah.
I think Don Lemon was probably my favorite person to watch. His facial expressions,
yes.
That's it. It's over. Life as we know it. It's done.
Yes.
Oxygen's cut off at 6 a.m. Water is depleted. Like, I just enjoyed Morning Joe.
Yes.
Falling apart. Like, I didn't have to watch the actual shows because that would have been sick. But, and I'm not sick in the sense like they're not newsworthy. Well, it's just they're so upset, and it's kind of like when I've been mean before, and like you're winning an argument, and you see the person you're arguing with is getting upset, and you're like, "Oh, you gonna cry? You gonna cry?" You know what I'm saying? And you want them to cry.
Yes.
You need them to cry. And with Don Lemon, and I didn't have to say you're gonna cry. I just wait like this is great. He's gonna cry. Oh my God, he's gonna cry. He's gonna cry over something that literally doesn't affect him at all.
No.
Like it just kills me how much the president of the United States affected everyone's daily life so. Not much, but they really, really, really acted like you can smell the fire.
Yes.
Because literally Satan's coming behind them. Like this is our last broadcast, Armageddon as we know it. It's like, and then tune in tomorrow.
You know, what you're saying is that's what I had. I had the contrast between the media reaction and the lack of impact on your life. Yeah. Like your daily life, everything is kind of pretty good, but the media is acting like it's Armageddon, and it's constant. And I will say Trump has responsibility for this because he packed 7 years of news into 1 year. He's the dog year president, right? 7 years into every one, and so it's like it feels like there's a lot going, but your life is fine. Your life is fine. It's just that everybody that's reporting it is having mental breakdowns. I love it.
If you still have cable, to watch cable complain, you're okay.
Yeah. All right, up next, who do progressives want to run against Trump in 2020? Stick around and maybe I'll tell you. That's a tease, people. I'm gonna need a gurney if it's Trump versus Bernie. A progressive pack straw poll has Bernie Sanders as the leading choice to run in 2020 when he'll be 113. Followed by Joe Biden, Beto O'Rourke, lovely Irish guy, Elizabeth Warren and Kamala Harris. Liz Warren, yes! I love that. Now, of course, it's a long way to 2020, and early polls like this usually don't reflect who becomes the nominee. But Bernie's still a popular guy among progressives. And to be honest, I'd watch the hell out of the Trump and Bernie show. It'd be like watching those old Muppets in the balcony complain about everything. Remember, Bernie won a lot of primaries when he ran against Hillary, who is not in that straw poll's top 5, which is no surprise, I guess, unless, of course, you're Hillary.
Why aren't I 50 points ahead, you might ask?
I want her to run just so she does that again. All right, Jim, what is your prognosis? Is that the right phrase?
Sounds good.
Probably.
Yes.
Well, Bernie's going to be 79 when he's going to run in 2020. Biden's going to be 78.
Yeah.
They like O'Rourke because he's young, he's tall, he looks like a Kennedy. He can read off a teleprompter.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I loved Obama. He can read off a teleprompter.
Yeah.
You know, he's reading someone else's lines, of course.
Yeah.
And they love that. So I don't know. I mean, Bernie maybe. The only thing positive I can look at, Bernie wins the election in 2020. My son's going to college right at that time, so he'll go for free.
That's what...
So all that money I put away in my college fund, I'll buy a boat. So that's right.
And you can name it Bernie.
I can name it Bernie.
Bernie.
Exactly.
Thank you, Bernie. Could be the name of the boat. Kat, you're not getting a boat, are you? You don't like water.
I like water fine.
Oh, no. I've never seen you drink it. I don't know what I'm talking about right now.
I prefer vitamin water zero.
Yes.
You know, I just love, I mean, things are clearly going very well for the Democrats when the best option they have is a guy that doesn't understand how math works, right? Like, I'm sure he's probably tried to buy, like, a private jet with a $5 bill.
I'd give a rat's ass about the 2020 race because I'm living in the now.
Yes.
And it's 2019, so I really don't care. Or it's going to be 2019. I'm really not concerned with who's in a poll now. Have we not learned anything about polls?
Yes.
Literally, anyone here answer their home phone anymore? No, exactly. And if someone calls you and your phone goes, "Hi, you got a minute to talk about like click?" I mean, so the people who are actually answering these polls have a lot of time on their hands, and chances are they're not who we would want telling us who's going to run. Bernie gets a lot of sympathy. Why? Because he was duped and robbed by his own party.
Right.
So regardless of his age, I think age, we got to watch that because if you can't really, I mean, President Trump is older too. I think if he's got his faculties together and he's in 70s, you know, whatever. But I think Democrats are going to be in a situation like with John McCain. They kind of felt like that he got snubbed and the way he was treated when he ran against Bush. So they kind of like, we'll let him run. Honestly, also, I don't think any Democrat with a brain is going to want to run against President Trump because the chances are just you're going to waste it. So why not give it to somebody that like, oh, let Bernie, you know, it's his turn, it's his due, let him have it. If he wins, great, because I think most of the real players in the Democrat Party are going to wait it out.
Interesting. What do you make of that, Morgan?
So I think it's interesting that the party that most identifies with identity politics has 3 white guys at the top.
Amazing.
I mean, that's
Right, that's
crazy.
against their religion.
Yeah.
Right, it's weird. The person I feel bad for the most, though, is Hillary. And I know you're not going to side with me on this, but you know, when I was like a long time ago, when I was young and much thinner, I competed in beauty pageants. I was competing in the Miss Florida pageant and to go to Miss America.
Funny,
when
so
they
was I.
had the swimsuit competition.
Yes.
So stupid that they took it out. Anyway, so there was always a girl who like came back every year, and she would get like runner-up or in the top 10, but she would never win, and she would come back year after year, and we always felt really bad for her. And so I think Hillary Clinton's just sort of like a really bad beauty pageant contestant.
Whoa, wait.
Right.
They just applauded.
They applauded
for Hillary Clinton. Wow, I've seen it all. I can go now.
Okay, well, yes. You know, my theory, I use this theory, it's my theory of contrast. Trump won because of the 20 candidates. He made the other 19 seem identical because he was so different. So, and there's studies on this. So I have a feeling that they're going to have 19, 20 Democrats and somebody who's going to be completely different and stand out. I don't know who that is, but maybe it's Donald Trump. Maybe he could switch parties and run against himself. Has anybody ever done that before?
I think Bloomberg's going to buy the primary.
Ooh,
That's
there
my
you
prediction.
go.
He's going to put, how much money did he put into running to mayor? Like $1 billion to run just for mayor?
If he could do it, and he's not getting any younger either. Another white male, I might add. All right. That's like the Republicans running for atheists, right? All right. Up next, our favorite fake commercials of the year. Stick around, stick-arounders. Over the course of the year, we sometimes forget about all the great videos we made. I'm especially prone to memory loss ever since I drank that whole bottle of shampoo. So without further ado, let's take a look back at some of our favorite videos of 2018. This one is called Trump Blockers.
We're not letting people into our country unless they come in legally, and we want people to come in through merit.
I can't stand this guy. He says terrible things, none of which are correct, by the way.
About the immigrants? Obama made the same point in like 2005.
Really? Well, it just sounds so much worse coming from him.
Having trouble admitting Trump's right sometimes?
Yes, I am. Even when he has a point. I just hate it when he says it.
Sounds like you need Trump blockers.
Trump blockers? What are those?
Trump blockers are the hottest shades that make you think a politician you like said something instead of Donald Trump. Just put these glasses on and you'll instantly see the truth from who you want to hear it from.
I built an unbelievable company, a great company. I filed papers with federal election. You don't build companies like that unless you have the right temperament. Republicans want to protect Medicare for our great seniors who have earned it and who have paid for it all their lives.
Wow, that makes sense.
Women's unemployment has just fallen to 3.6%, which is only the lowest rate in 65 years. I'm sorry.
Wow, that's a good point.
The elite. The elite. Why are they elite? I have a much better apartment than they do. I'm smarter than they are. I'm richer than they are.
How does Obama come up with this stuff?
So get your Trump blockers today.
I love my Trump blockers, but there is one side effect, even when I'm not wearing them. Hey, Timmy, how was your weekend?
And, you know, at the end of the week, I meet with China. I meet with a lot of other countries that have not treated us too well, but we're doing extremely well.
See what I mean? Hey, Kat, looking good.
Other than the blonde hair, when I was growing up, they said I looked like Elvis. You see that?
Totally. Thanks, Trump blockers.
That is one of the creepiest things we've ever done because it worked. It actually worked. Like, when you put it together, it's almost like the perfect candidate. No? Okay, I'll shut up then. Kat?
My favorite is the movie trailer we made for a James Bond that refuses to drink, gamble, or be promiscuous. Take a look.
This Christmas, Bond is back like you've never seen him before.
You hungry? I had an extra one.
You're not gonna hurt me.
Of course not. Violence is so uncivilized.
It's the same James Bond you know and love, rewritten to please even the most progressive, socially conscious moviegoer in 2018.
What'll it be, sir? Let me guess. Martini. Shaken, not stirred?
Latte. Soy latte. Extra decaf.
Extra decaf?
Are the beans sustainably sourced? I only drink organic, farm-raised, homegrown, cruelty-free coffee.
I have no idea.
With intrigue and suspense.
Your move, 007.
Is it? No, seriously, is it? I don't know how to play this game. I saw at a TED Talk recently that competitive activities only encourage toxic masculinity and marginalize disenfranchised communities into unjust hierarchical structures reinforced by a bigoted and corrupt system.
You're bluffing.
What's a bluff?
And it isn't a Bond film without seduction.
Well, James, I've had a really lovely evening. Cats, come inside.
You know, I don't appreciate the heteronormative assumptions in your proposition. It's regressive, anti-neo-feminist rhetoric like that that perpetuates a patriarchal society of oppression and gendered subjugation, not the least of which I care to contribute to.
You could have just said no.
So get ready for the most politically correct secret agent of all time. No guns, no gambling, no girls. It's James Bond in The Spy Who Consensually Agreed in Writing She Loved Me.
You must be Q.
It's LGBTQ now.
But of course.
Pretty good. Huh? I like that one. Any comments? Anybody care?
I like Tom Shalhoub's acting in the first one. I think he should be nominated.
I know. Tom is a great commercial actor. You know what he's good at? Turning a corner. Like, I try to have him in every commercial to walk and then turn. Like, he goes, hey, and he's always like this. He's great at turning.
It's like Blue Steel.
Yes, he is like Blue Steel.
Don't forget our sound guy, Dion. He was phenomenal as the semi-homeless pirate sound guy.
Yeah, it was
He's
like,
never hurt me.
Yeah, like a Liverpool accent.
Yeah,
that was the most like sexually unappealing character I've ever seen. No, thank you.
Yes.
I'll take the politically incorrect James Bond.
Yeah, who wouldn't? Am I right? All right, Tyrus, you're next.
What's my favorite? I'm going to go with the one where we take a look at the modern, progressive version of Santa Claus. Check it out.
What the hell are you doing? This is a living thing, you murderer! It came from Mother Earth, organic and pure from the divine soil of our planet.
The Christmas tree?
Holiday tree! Don't you care about deforestation? You're contributing to a global epidemic.
But it's a tradition.
Tradition has been used to embroil hatred and justify oppression of minority groups, not to mention the unregulated growth of global corporations.
Who the hell are you? How did you get in here?
I'm taking this.
Honey, it's beautiful.
Absolutely not. This kind of elitist gift-giving is a hallmark of the bourgeoisie. What are you doing? I'm going to redistribute this. You ruined it! Well, now we can all enjoy the necklace. What the hell is this, huh?
Oh, hey, Santa. Just a little something from the kids.
Call me Chris, all right, with a K. Seriously, cookies? I'm gluten-free, Brent. Don't you know anything about the sugar industry in this country? They've manipulated studies and politicians for years to cover up for their poisonous products, not to mention their role in the obesity epidemic and increased mortality rates from heart disease. I'll take a kale smoothie.
How about carrot for the reindeer?
I don't use reindeer, okay? That's animal cruelty. I drive a Chevy Volt. No, not that smoothie.
Okay, it's time to meet Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not okay. First of all, ho is misogynist slander. Secondly, kids aren't sitting in my lap.
But he just wants to show you his Christmas list.
Well, he'll have to sign a consent form establishing in writing that all parties involved do hereby agree and affirm that lap sitting is of a professional and platonic nature. Now, can you just sign right here? And I'm gonna need your social security number right there, please. And sign there. Yep, initial here. Yeah, right here, your mother's maiden name. And right there. Yeah, and initial right there, please. Great, if you could just initial right here too, please. Okay, and then right here, if you can just sign. Yeah, right there.
All right, I love that. That was awesome. That was my kind of Santa. All right. Up next, the most innovative segment in television history. Yes, it's the time when we read your viewer mail. And now for the segment you've written for us, and we're not paying you. Viewer mail. Everyone gets to answer, so here we go. Terry wants to know, if asked, would you ever host the Oscars? Because apparently, I don't know, maybe they don't have a host yet. I'm going to ask you, Jim, because you're in the entertainment world. You're a comedian. You would never last, would you?
No.
No, you would be out in a second.
In a second.
Yeah.
They can go back to my last tweet a half hour ago when I retired.
Do you know what's interesting? What if you decided to purge all your tweets? Then that would be a signal that you were hiding something, right?
Yeah, well, they can always find them. They dig somewhere. They go somewhere in some database and they dig them up and find them. But
what kind of person? Like I always wonder who is the type of person who has the time to go back and like go through your garbage.
Oh, right.
Like your tweets. Yeah. Your tweets are essentially the garbage can of your words. And people go through and they try to find stuff. It's terrible, Morgan.
Interns?
Interns? No, it's actually adults.
Really?
These are grown people, Morgan. Would you see Oscars?
I don't think I'd be very interesting, but sure, I would. Why not? I think that'd be fun. Yeah.
You didn't think that much about this, did you?
No.
No.
I would do it.
Kat?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
Attention.
Of course. It would be terrible, though. It would be terrible attention. It would be the worst thing that ever happened to you.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
Maybe in the top 5?
Yeah, maybe top 5.
Yes, okay. What about you, Tyrus?
I'd do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I'd behave the entire time. And then right before, well, I probably shouldn't tell you, but I'm going to keep it real at the end. I'll walk off and I'll be like, I won't even wait for the envelope. I'll be like, color purple got it again, guys.
They don't pay a lot either. I think it's like $15,000.
Yeah.
They pay to host. I get more doing this show.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You know.
What?
Morgan actually is getting paid less, so now I'm in a lot of trouble.
Sorry,
She gets 70% of that dollar.
So is Kat and Tyrus.
Wow. I thought it was favored nations around here. Sorry.
All right, William asks, kind of a serious question. Can you tell us about a teacher who influenced you the most? Kat.
Well, I was homeschooled for 2 years.
Really?
4th and 5th grade, so I would say Dad Timpf would be the teacher who influenced me the most.
Was that a good idea?
Yeah, it was a really good idea.
Why only 2 years then?
Then I wanted to go back to school, a normal school, but it was good. It helped me be able to study things I had an interest in, and
like
I was
television?
able to learn math in a different way, and I was able to be in community theater and all those kinds of things.
Wow, you were in community theater when you were in 5th grade?
Yes.
Oh, you were a strange kid.
Yes.
You were homeschooled and in community theater. Tyrus, any teacher?
Oh, yes, 100%. My English and drama teacher, Mrs. Mall, who said, you're never going to get through life being a class clown. Boom!
Well done. Jim?
I would probably say my history teacher in 6th grade, she took us all to Madison Square Garden to go see pro wrestling. We were all wrestling, which is great. And then we became friends with her throughout. And when we turned 18, she took me and like 4 other guys to our first go-go bar. It was great. I bought her a lap dance.
Can you edit out my previous clap? I'd like to take my clap out.
I never thought that was possible, Morgan.
Well, mine has nothing to do with strippers, but my chorus teacher in high school, because I came from a small town, my parents didn't go to college, and my choir teacher really helped show me the arts and open me up to a whole different world. And so it was the music that really took me, took my career.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah, I could sing for you if you want.
No, thanks. I don't know if this actually was an influence, but I had a teacher, a male teacher, and I walked in on him while he was kissing another man, and I was very young, and I learned about a whole new thing in life that I didn't know about. Yep.
Well, that's really personal, Greg.
No, not really. I don't think it was personal. I just thought it was when I was thinking wow, that was amazing. I didn't know that existed before.
Did you say anything when you
I said, no, I just told everybody. Told everybody in the school. I saw Mr. So-and-so kissing a guy. Anyway, next question. It happened. From Damon, if you could travel back in time just once, what event would you change and why? How about you, Tyrus?
I would go back and tell Tom Brady to catch the damn ball.
That's pretty.
I'm dead against going back in time because I hate people who their whole life is if I could just go back, I don't want to be Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite, so I would just go back and make sure the Super Bowls were good.
All right.
Or maybe not go to that bar that night. I met that really angry person I was with for a long time and then a divorce. Probably would have made a left that night instead of a right. So
that's what life is all about. You never know what happens, Morgan. What would you change?
I agree with Tyrus. You can't change anything, but I would be fascinated to go back when the country was founded, like Washington, founding fathers, being there whenever they're writing the Constitution. Yeah. That would be amazing.
They would throw you out of the room.
I would change that.
What are you doing making eye contact, woman? Remove her immediately. You know what? Stone her.
Maybe I just talk as a man.
They didn't stone women, Tyrus. Jim?
Yeah, probably a sporting event.
Yeah.
Football. My football team winning a Super Bowl just won.
Yeah.
You've just been waiting. I'm a Miami Dolphin fan. I've been waiting, waiting, and it's just never going to happen if I just gave me one.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of selfless. What about you, Kat?
There are hundreds of text messages.
Oh, yes.
That I would, in retrospect, not send.
Yeah. To one person.
To one person on the same evening, yes.
God. What it would be like to be the recipient of that? It must be just...
A blessing?
Like pelted but with like verbal hail.
I will text you into the ground.
It's a lot of information.
Yes.
I think Chris Steyerwalt said it best, defecating like a seagull.
Yes, there you go. You know, if I could go back in time, I would make sure I was born later so I'd be younger.
How young?
Maybe move it up 15 years.
Would you change your parents? You'd be like maybe a little more.
Keep the same thing. Keep the same thing, but I'd just move myself up so I get an extra 15 years. If I could change anything, that would be interesting. All right, that obviously met with total indifference. Carl asks, other than Star Wars, what is your least favorite movie love story? Oh. Love story. Your least favorite love story, Kat?
Anything except for Happy Gilmore.
Okay, anything for Happy except for... All right, so that's kind of a weird answer.
Well, it was a fast answer, so I gave plenty of time for others to answer.
Jim?
I would say The Bridges of Madison County. That was the one dud that Clint Eastwood did in his whole career. I just saw his new movie. It was great, but that's the one.
Yeah.
That was almost like Metallica doing that album with
Lou Reed.
Yeah, it was just a big mistake.
Yeah, you know, people shouldn't step out of their wheelhouse. It gets embarrassing. Morgan?
Okay, Love Actually. Yeah, the Love Actually movie, but specifically where the guy, his wife dies and he ends up with the supermodel. Remember at the end, it's like so unrealistic. Well, and you felt bad for him because his wife died in the story.
Right, I hated that movie with every fiber of my being. It's one of the worst movies ever made. Historically, they even go, like even before there were movies, they were talking about how bad Love Actually would be.
Yeah.
I read that.
I agree with you. There's a lot of horrible people in that movie. To do that behind your bro's back, you're in his wedding.
Oh, I know.
And you're sitting there with the cards.
Yeah, that's bad.
Man, there wouldn't be enough time in the day for me to whoop his ass. I mean, it would be a national holiday where every day I would slug him in the face.
Yeah,
Terrible.
and you know what else? It was like, it started that whole trend of videos where people were writing things.
So clever.
And, like this is like Bob Dylan did it with Subterranean Homesick Blues. That should have ended there. Okay, one more question from Jill. Have you ever thought of running for office? Tyrus?
I got my past is like makes Donald Trump look like a saint, so I'm probably not. There'd be some people who say some things.
Yes. Kat?
Yes.
Yes, you have thought about it. And yet, will you?
Maybe. There sounds like a lot of attention there, too.
Interesting. Just for the attention.
Yeah.
Yes. Jim?
In my past, too, probably. But I would just come out and have a big press conference to go, look, I did this, I did this, I did this.
Yes.
Just let me know right now so I don't waste my time.
Just let me know right now. Morgan?
I definitely thought about running when I was younger, for sure.
You act like you're old or something.
Well, no, I mean, I have no interest in it now, but I thought about it.
You know what I realized? What I couldn't be run for office is because if you notice, everybody, it's not the politician who gets in trouble, it's all of his friends, right? In the investigations, all of their friends, they're fixers or they're kind of shady. I have a lot of those friends. And I'm a giver, you know? I want to protect my disgusting slime ball friends. There are about 100 of them.
That is very noble of you.
Yeah, that is. See,
I think he should run for office.
Yes. All right, up next, a new study shows that we drink twice as much during the holidays. That's all? I think we need to try harder. Holiday cheer means drinking more beer. A new survey shows Americans drink double the amount of alcohol over the holidays than any other time of the year, which means I'm twice as drunk right now. The average American has 4 drinks in a regular week. Who are these weak people? That doubles to 8 drinks a week, which is not even up to what I do. From Thanksgiving to New Year's, the survey also revealed the average American will attend 3 times more social functions and parties, not me, which leads to being late for work 3 times more than usual and calling out sick twice over the holidays, which is better than rolling into work like this. Kat, that is you every workday morning.
Oh.
Right?
No, just because I'm wearing a coat doesn't mean I'm...
Jim, twice as much. It seems kind of low to me, especially when you got a low number like four drinks a week. That's crazy, right?
That is low, but I think maybe when they go to a holiday party, like an office party, I think people feel like they're underpaid, so they're going to drink more because it's an open bar.
Yes.
To stick it to the boss.
Yes.
So they'll drink more on that. But I drink actually less around the holidays because I don't like holiday drinks.
Yeah. Eggnog?
No eggnog, no Christmas ale.
Yeah.
I don't want eggs in my alcohol.
I think it's disgusting to mix food and booze. It grosses me out. I don't even like the chocolates that have booze in them. That makes me sick. I think it's sacrilege. You got to keep that crap separate.
Yeah, I mean, like a Christmas ale. Like, oh, it's delicious. Yes, because it's got candy in it. Of course it's going to be good.
Yes.
But a third Christmas ale, you're bouncing off the walls from the sugar high.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want seasonal stuff.
No.
If it's seasonal, why don't, if it was that good, they would sell it year round.
That is exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's my.
I like Heineken. I like Heineken beer. I can get one in July and December. Perfect.
Morgan, do you drink more during the holidays? Or
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm drunk right now too. No, just kidding. I think it's not just the parties. It's also like I love my family. We all love our families, but
do we?
But by the end of by the end of several days over Thanksgiving or Christmas with your family, like I brought over for Thanksgiving, I brought over a chocolate bourbon pecan pie and a big bottle of bourbon, and I was the most popular member of the family at Thanksgiving this year. So it's parties, but it's also just a little bit too much family time.
Yeah. Families are hard, but that's why we invented booze, Tyrus.
Yeah, I will literally sit in a chair similar to this with a bottle of Jack and stare at people and drink. Just so I don't have to have the stupid holiday questions. The idea is to not have a conversation.
I gotcha.
So, just so happens that most of the people I dated are from different races, so people get uncomfortable and walk away if I make it a black thing, because nobody wants to touch that. Plus, I have a large bottle of dark alcohol with a shirt that says, "Please don't let him drink dark alcohol." And something, if he does drink alcohol, here's the emergency number to call, while I sit there and drink and stare at everybody.
You drink nothing but White Russians.
Really?
I'm sorry, date White Russians?
No, you drink. Every time I've been with you, you have White Russians.
Yeah, that's because I don't want to get drunk and get real with you, so I just sip on candy drinks. If I drink the stuff I like to drink, a different conversation, and probably a lot of you right here. I can't breathe. Didn't ask you. I don't like holidays. I can't stand them, so I try to be the worst guy in the room that nobody bothers, where they whisper like, "Just leave him alone." Like, you know how he is.
I'm the garage drinker. You know what I mean?
I will find a place to hide.
Yeah, it's like you go, "Excuse me, where's the garage?" And then you never come back. Chances are they have the second fridge. Every garage has a second fridge, and you open it up, and there's other stuff in there that they were hiding from people like me, right? Everything in the second fridge.
And you usually find guys who are hiding like you, so you form like a little bit of a bond, like, whoa, rough.
Oh, yeah, you find somebody who's just as antisocial, and then you kind of go, but then sometimes, like 20 minutes in, you figure out that guy's weird too. Yeah, all of a sudden he starts telling you that he just got out.
Yeah.
And it's not jail.
Yeah. And you go, "I'm going to go back inside and just..."
Yeah, I'm going to go hide. I don't know. I actually drink less because it's impossible for me to drink more.
Right, me too. If I drink twice as much as I normally do, I die.
Yes, exactly. All right, on that note, our final thoughts of the year is next. But more importantly, two more shows have been added for the Gutfeld Monologues Live. Both are in Florida. Saturday, March 2nd in Tampa. Sunday, March 3rd in West Palm Beach. Plus special guest Tom Shalhoub. I'm telling you now, so you've got more than enough time to get tickets. Go to ggutfeld.com for ticket info.
Final thoughts. It's the last thought. That's why it's called the final thoughts, okay?
All right, Tyrus.
I'm going to be a man alone in Times Square, standing there against the world, complaining about, "Look, guys, New Year's Eve, balls, smile, everybody cheer" on Fox News. Maybe a special guest. We don't know yet. We're working on that. But, so New Year's Eve, come hang out with me while we judge everybody and complain about, "Wow, ball dropping, so awesome. The world's changing. It's amazing." We'll do some scavenger hunts. We'll do some fun stuff. and hang out with people who were wearing Depends because they won't give up their spot, so they pee on themselves.
True. He's
Real.
not lying.
Nope.
He's not lying, and you have about as much enthusiasm about this as I did when I did it.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, I thought it was out, and they brought me back in.
Jim, any upcoming dates?
Yeah, well, my book's in stores. Everybody is awful except you.
Yes.
And February 2nd, I'm at the Newtown Theater in Newtown, Pennsylvania.
Fantastic.
2 shows that night, yeah.
Good for you. All right. Thank you, Morgan. Good job tonight. Rarity. Jim Florentine, Kat Timpf, Tyrus, studio audience. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm Greg Gutfeld. I love you, America.